Happy Wednesday. Where's all my people today? Hey, look to your right or look to your left and introduce yourself. Look to your right and introduce yourself. Kimberly, helping spearhead last week's team meeting. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Most of you know that a few of us ended up going to Mega Camp last week to San Antonio, so they stepped up as leaders and help, with the team meeting. So I hope you can give them a hard time. So with that, we're going to continue. One other thing too, I wanted to introduce. I had the privilege to meet a young lady yesterday by the name of Rolanda. Rolanda, if you can stand up real quick and say hello to everyone. Yes. So she is in the process of taking her state exam. She has a state exam September 15. We're super excited to have her. I invited her to the team meetings so she gets a little glimpse of what we have, right? And ultimately, she also works at In-N-Out, and I love it because they're so structured. I love their hamburgers there. So make sure to say hello after and introduce yourself, okay? Yes. Awesome. Please make sure to silence your phone. If we hear your phone ring, there is a $25 to KW Cares, okay? KW Cares. Continue. Next slide. Natalie. All right, our mission, our belief, and our vision. To provide agents with a place where they will be empowered, trained, and motivated to experience growth, wealth, and a legacy that allows them to live their best life possible. Their belief. When the values of your own company align with your own beliefs, you know you found your professional. Your vision to achieve amazing professionals and personal development so that KW South Bay remains the agency of choice. Yes, love that. I've been reciting this for 6 years since I think when I started back in 2020. So yeah, fun times. Here's a funny reminder of our support team. As I mentioned, you don't work for us, we work for you. So all of the support here, the go-to individuals that are helping you with your business. Next slide, please. There she is. Right on cue. Pacific Coast Astro. Let's give her a warm welcome.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a little late. I was escorting. But I'm Sparkle with Pacific Coast Escrow. Pacific Coast Line Escrow located upstairs on the second floor. And I'm just here for a quick tip for you guys today. Something that I've been noticing a lot is with the solars.
Yeah.
They have become a lot more popular. And typically when someone gets a solar, it's recorded against the property on the prelim. Another reason it's important to get your prelim when you get your listing. But I recently had one and the solar company didn't report anything. But luckily the seller filled out my information sheet and she wrote solar on there. So once she told me that, I asked her, was the buyer going to take over the lease? She was like, well, I really didn't discuss it with them, so I'll just pay it off. So it is a difference. Sometimes the sellers pay the remaining lease off. Sometimes the buyer assumes the lease. And it's important that they know that because it messes with their debt ratio when they're getting a loan. So the loan officer has to know if they're going to take over that solar lease. And they're going to want a copy of that solar lease.
Good point.
So that's very important. I've seen a lot of it. Another thing I wanted to bring up is for you to be sure to go over your settlement statements with your seller, line for line. And this also had to do with something I just closed with the solar. The solar was on the prelim, so I put it on the estimate. It was on every estimate I sent the seller. I CC'd the seller's agent. We get to the last estimate, they had to sign the solar payoff there. The day we record, the seller calls me frantic. This is $30,000 less. What happened? I said, well, we paid the solar. Oh no, you weren't supposed to pay the solar. Well, how was I to know? I wasn't nobody. It was on everything I gave them. So it's so important for you to go over the estimate with your clients. We were able to save it and not pay the solar, and the buyer assumes it. But it's that solar and estimates are the words for the day from escrow.
And this is a reminder for all of us, especially if you're taking on the listing, right? To ask those questions, right? Is there any leases that we need to be aware of, right? And part of that, solar panels is one of those most notorious. Sometimes it's even hard just trying to communicate with the solar company, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And if the seller doesn't want to incur that cost of paying them off and wants the responsibility to fall on the buyer, we need to know all of this up in the beginning of the process, especially when you're going through the motions of the listing agreement, right? Ask those questions, provide documentation, so that way we can relay that information to the buyer and the buyer's agent, so there is no delays or hurdles or hiccups or problems that ultimately you were not supposed to pay the solar panels, right? Type of that situation. So
and some solar companies require the buyers to qualify to take over. They don't just automatically give it to them.
Right. Yeah.
Is there any other kind of leases that we should be watching out for except the solar?
Just liens in general,
Yeah, well,
but definitely, you wanna look out for hero loans, PACE loans. And those are loans that sellers get from different cities to help improve the property. And it's usually collected with their taxes, but when it's sold, they want them paid off.
so if the seller did not tell, I mean, the example that you used, wasn't that recorded against the property?
It wasn't, and that was very surprising because most solar companies do record against the property, but hers wasn't.
That's very strange.
But thank goodness she told me. I mean, she was a good lady. She would have paid it off anyway, but thank goodness she filled it out on the information.
Wow.
Yeah, just be mindful. So
I have the best solar company in Southern California. So.
nothing else.
I searched for a year and a half, and finally found somebody, the tax rebate. Well, I only got charged $12,000 for my solar and an $8,000 rebate, so. Sunrun was gonna charge me $35,000.
And he keeps his AC on 24/7 at 69 degrees.
My building is up in Palisades, Illinois.
There you go. Awesome. Thank you,
And
Jeff.
lastly, I just wanted to invite you all to our summer social tomorrow. It's upstairs from 4 to 6. We're gonna have food, we're gonna have beer, wine, we're
Nice.
gonna have live music. So please feel free to come up and join us tomorrow. We look forward to seeing you all.
Awesome. Thank you, Marco. Yeah. And dessert. That's pretty cool. Awesome. All right, let's continue. Let's introduce our lunch sponsor. Is our lunch sponsor here? On Zoom. Okay. I'm not gonna chop his name. Is it a male or female?
Actually, Justin is here as well. I'm going to be the one giving the presentation, but it's Liam Teitelbaum, and he's on here as well.
Appreciate it. Awesome. Well, take it away. Turnkey. Open the doors to peace of mind. So, thank you for providing us with lunch today. So, please take it away.
Yeah, thanks so much. I'm going to just go ahead and make sure that I can share my screen here real quick. 1 second. There we go. All right, perfect. Can everybody see this? Should be getting started here now.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Simon, for the warm introduction. We're super excited to meet with everybody here in the office today. Of course, wish we could be there in person, but nevertheless, we're here to support you virtually. If you're not familiar with Turnkey, this is truly one of the best value-added services you can add to your already existing process. We've been working with Keller Williams a little over 15 years now. I know you said that you just went to one of the big events there in San Antonio. We actually first started out in the Southwest Market Center working with Jay Papazon and some of the big teams there. We got mentioned at quite a few different events thereafter. And since then, we've really grown it into a nationwide relationship. So working with a ton of different offices and agents. So excited to once again share it with you here today. Um, Turnkey, first off, and the most important part you could say is going to be a free service for both you and your clients to help them save time, money, and stress as they're going through that buying, selling, leasing process. So I'm sure everybody, whether it's before or after closing, has always had a client ask, like, hey, what do I need to do to help get the home ready for sale? Do you have any recommendations for a vendor, movers, internet companies, all kinds of good stuff? And that's exactly what we take care of for you. So we're going to assign each client a dedicated concierge that goes to work for you and your team. So no more spending valuable time researching and setting up those home service providers, no more waiting on hold with corporate call centers, and no more always relying on a numbers to know list and kind of leaving the clients to fend for themselves at what is often referred to as one of the most stressful things that they go through in their life, not just the transaction, but even thereafter when they're moving. Uh, so we can support you and your clients through every major milestone point during the transaction from the very beginning. So let's say, for instance, you're a seller's agent, you're meeting with the client the first time for a listing, you want to make some recommendations for some improvements that need to get made. We can help support you with that with automated quotes and help streamline the vendor process. Want to mention something here. Everything that we do isn't meant to be a replacement strategy. So if you have great vendors you work with, we highly encourage you to continue that. But we have such a robust service offering with all the different vendors and support we can do, and you can help fill in the gaps and use us where it makes the most sense. But same thing for the inspection as well. We have an automated process where you can automatically start to get quotes for average prices in the area that may be coming up on the inspection process. That obviously helps if you're kind of dealing with any type of buyer credit scenario. And then you can also hire vendors to get out there, typically a rate that's going to be a lot cheaper than if the client was calling in or shopping on their own as well. And then right after the inspection, at least 2 weeks before the transaction is exactly when we recommend clients to get started with our moving and transition portion. So we'll assign them a personal concierge. We're fully nationwide. We can transition clients from one state to another. It doesn't matter where they're coming from. So we'll set up their electric, gas, water, sewer, trash, cable, internet, movers, home automation, pretty much anything you could think of as a new home service provider when you're going to be moving. We can assign a personal concierge that'll act on your behalf and take care of everything for them. And then also after the client's moved in, if they need any assistance with any ongoing home maintenance, we're always there to help support them through that as well. So even though we encompass everything that we do into this, turnkey process, we really separate the two sides of the houses between repair and maintenance and moving and transition. So repair and maintenance, we're in over 100 metropolitan areas. Fully support most major cities in the California area, so you don't need to worry too much about that. But that's going to be things like appliance repair and replacement, painting, plumbing, handyman, all kinds of good stuff like that. And as I mentioned before, moving in transition, we are fully nationwide on that. So all utilities and home services, we can fully take care of nationwide when your clients are going to be moving and transitioning with us. Everything that we do can be tracked. So we have full transparency in our process through our partner portal. Everybody's going to receive a personal invite here after this meeting, which will give you free access to the portal. Within there, you can track everything that we do. So some people really like to be involved in our process. Some people are like, hey, you guys are great. As long as you're taking care of everything, we're good to go. So however you want to work with us, if you have a transaction coordinator, admin that's handling everything, that's a great tool that they can use. And And then also we can co-brand any type of client portal for them as well. So if that's important to you, feel free to let us know. And the clients will have full transparency in everything that they can do, as well as self-service options on what they can take care of on the client side. Um, for the partner portal, like I said, everybody's going to get an invite, and once you get in there, you can go to a register section. So if you have any clients that are going to be closing anytime soon, like I said, right after the inspection is going to be the best time to get them started, or at least 2 weeks before that closing date. We do service buyers, seller, renters. You click a couple buttons. Once you get them submitted, we're going to assign them a personal concierge. That's all you got to do. We're going to take care of everything else from there. Here's just a couple examples of what all you can take advantage of in the partner portal. You can get live status updates on the dashboard. You can see every client that you've registered in the past 30 days. In the service section, you can see every client you've ever registered with us ever. If we're having trouble getting a hold of a client, before the closing date, that's where you can track and you can ping your client, hey, make sure you get in touch with your concierge with Turnkey so we get everything taken care of. And then also right there on the dashboard as well is where you can make a request for just about any home service for a vendor related need you may have. You just simply plug in the zip code, and if it comes up serviceable, we can take care of about over 30,000 vendors in certain areas that we have all set up for that. So after you submit the client on the moving and transition portion, they're going to receive a personalized introduction email. It's going to introduce the concierge, talk about some of the things that we can take care of for them. What's really nice is there's also going to be a live calendar link where they can schedule a date and time that works best for them to get started with that concierge. Now, once we speak with them, we're going to figure out exactly where they're at in their process. Maybe they already got started on some things and we're filling in the gaps. Maybe they haven't taken care of anything. Over 90% of the clients take full advantage of most of the services, especially during the moving and transition with us. So we simply pull up that address, figure out what all available options are there for them. We can do price point comparisons. They make the selections. We go and make all the connections for them. And what's really nice about this too that I like to mention is there is a cost saving benefit on moving and transition alone. We typically save clients at least around $700 a year by setting up those services with us. Once we do finalize everything, we're going to send out a detailed itinerary. It'll have all the clients' account numbers, activation dates, links to where they can set up their online bill payments, anything all the way down to their trash pickup day and any action required items they may need to take care of for themselves as well. So what's really nice about this part is both you, your transaction coordinator, admin, all co-heads of household, everybody's going to be updated that everything's all taken care of there before the transaction. So when you go into the closing, you can have that peace of mind knowing that it's all been set up and taken care of. What's also nice too is that we know that sometimes these closing dates change. So rather than them have to call and wait on hold with 5 or 10 different providers, they simply reach out to their concierge. We'll reschedule everything for them. Or if the transaction falls through, we'll cancel it and we'll be there for them the next time. A couple things real quick about our vendor program when I was talking about repair, maintenance, renovations, different stuff like that as well. We have an AI tool that the client will be able to take advantage of. They can put pictures in from the inspection report, all kinds of different stuff, and we can have the AI analyze it, write a description for them, or they can do that themselves. As soon as they make a request, it's automatically going to scrub millions of previous work orders that we've received for that before, and it's going to spit out a low, average, or high potential cost. And then right after that, they can schedule a date and time that works best for them to come get a binding quote on site and get a vendor to come out there and take care of it as soon as possible if that's what they need. We do have thousands of testimonials, so we always pass our thanks back to you. So if you ever want to have us, tag you in a testimonial, share that with the office. It just helps show how you're going above and beyond for your clients and kind of separating yourself in what has always been a competitive marketplace. You can automate the process with us as well through our integration. So we work with every major company. I know a lot of KW agents are working out a Dot or Command or whatever it may be. So feel free to reach out to us and learn how you can automate the process with that. On the office level, we do sponsorship programs where you can earn on every client that's coming over through a sponsorship budget that the office can use. We have a lot of offices that attribute the budget into KW Cares. I heard that mentioned earlier, so I figured I'd bring that up as well. And I'm going to try to wrap up here because I know I've been doing all the talking. Hopefully, I get some good questions here after. But we do have a lot of marketing materials that you could choose from, a couple different templates. You can customize these with your headshot, logo, all kinds of good stuff. If you want to take advantage of these are free for you. These are really good for listing presentations and buyer consultations when you're prospecting with somebody like, hey, I'm not only going to help you buy or sell your home, I'm going to take care of all your home services and utilities for you as well. Once again, just gives you a little bit more of a competitive edge in the marketplace. And that's all I got. I'll kind of open it up and answer any questions anybody has.
I appreciate it, Justin. Any questions regarding this platform? No questions. Okay. So
Making
I
it easy on me. All right. Well, this is our contact information. Everything will be sent in an email as well. Feel free to reach out to our partnerships team. You can request the materials, access the portal, all that good stuff. So we look forward to working with you and your clients. Hope you enjoy lunch today, and thanks again for having us.
we have any questions.
Oh, okay, great.
What's your question, Gary?
Is there a markup on this, or is there a markup from what the contractor is giving them, or? They pay for the services and things like that.
Did you hear the question, Justin?
I kind of got part of it. I know it was something related to a contractor. I didn't get it fully.
Is there a markup on your estimates?
Oh, a markup? No. In fact, it's actually quite the opposite. So we actually have pre-negotiated rate ceilings with these providers because we do such a high volume as well. Typically, our rates are going to be a lot higher. A lot lower than what a client would have access to by calling in or going online. It really just depends on what you're talking about. Sounds like you're talking about more like contractors for like painting, plumbing, different stuff like that as well. But no, there isn't a markup for it at all.
Awesome. Any other question for Justin? All right, Justin, thank you so much. And again, for sponsoring our lunch here for today's team meeting.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much for having us again. We really appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your meeting.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a
Thanks
good
a lot.
afternoon. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Cool. All right, let's continue. Next slide. Is Nina here? Hey, Nina, you want to come up here real quick and share this update? Yeah, Nina. Look at that.
As you know, I'm very involved with our local association, the South Bay Association of Realtors. I actually chair this committee, the Community Connections. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna collaborate. This is a national event. Every year in September, there's a beach cleanup in different parts of the United States. So the board is gonna collaborate with Heal the Bay. That's what the organization is called. And what we're gonna do is we're actually do a competition between which office has the most volunteers. And you know me, I'm very competitive. I always want to win like Simon. So I want our office.
I see that trophy back there, right?
Yeah, but it's gonna be in Redondo Beach. There is 3 signups. So one is through the organization, another one is through the South Bay Board, because we're gonna have sponsors for, you know, the refreshments and lunch. We want to make sure that we keep count of everybody through our site. So I would like to have everybody there. If you have a KW South Bay shirt, please make sure to wear it that day. But I'll be more than happy to be able to work with all of you at this event.
Do you have to be a member of South Bay to
Yes.
participate? No.
To everybody.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can volunteer. But if you are part of the South Bay Board, just make sure you put it there. If there's additional volunteer people, then they will go under the Heal the Bay. So for you as a member of South Bay, yes, you would do the South Bay, but then anybody else will do Heal the Bay. And then just let me know if there's family members or children. I'm gonna take my kids to help too, so that way everybody can, you know, make it like a family thing.
Awesome. All right.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, Joe.
I'll be up there, but I'm hoping I can't see that tiny thing.
So the date is September 19th, which is a Saturday. Check-in is at 8:30 and it's from 9 to 12. We'll provide all the resources.
So I can still schedule a 2 for.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And we're getting somewhere or?
On site.
Yeah, at the Redondo Beach Pier.
Fisherman's Wharf, so this is the south side of it.
We'll send out emails to everyone so you all have it. But this is a great event to really participate. Not just we're giving back to the community, but it's also at the beach too as well. So love to have all of you support this event and support Nina as well.
Gonna make a big announcement of who the broker winner is, so we'll put it on the website and everything, so it'll be nice to have her name up there.
Yeah, well, we're 400 strong, so we
Yeah.
must be champions. All right, thank you, Nina. Appreciate it. All right, let's get our guest speakers up here, Alex and Gary. Yes, come up here, gentlemen. Oh, Gary. Alex. Okay. You got yours. All right, so a few of us had an opportunity to go to San Antonio, Texas. This has we who's in San Antonio? Of course you have. He just, by the way, he just moved from Texas out to California. He's one of our awesome agents. Yeah. What part of Texas?
South, all the way down by the border, called the Rio Grande Valley. So.
Yeah, awesome. All right, guys. So take a seat, stand up, however you want. So this is a recap of what we picked up, and I have my notes as well because I was there as well. So take it away, gentlemen. What was some of the biggest ahas that you picked up from MegaCamp? Alex, Gary.
Okay. One of the biggest aha I picked up was well, there's several things. But one of the one that stand out was when listening to Gary Keller. Gary Keller spoke about optimization and the importance of just maximizing what you currently have for the longevity. And then
A little loud for everyone outside.
Gary,
Not the mic.
not the
is
mic.
good
Okay.
for the people out here.
So Gary Keller
the
spoke
mic there.
about optimization and maximizing what you currently have for the best outcome and longevity. So he mentioned asking the right question. So for example, he said he used the example of health. For example, if you started working out at age of 40, and by the time you get to 70 or in later age in life, you will still be able to be producing and being productive because you are able to build more strength, and over time you could still be able to gain more out of you, be able to pull more out of your body and be able to produce more. So that resonated with me, and you could extrapolate that and apply it to your business. If you have your database of 200 people, if you love on them, you can maximize it by reaching out to every single one, doing all the contacts, just reaching out to them and just love on them. You could be able to get more than you thought you could be able to get out of that 200 people. Then after you maximize, then you could start adding, thinking about scaling up, then keep the loop going. So that's one of the things that I got out of it. And Simon Sink also, that was he mentioned something about a mission, having a mission that tied to a bigger purpose. And I thought that was really good. And basically having a why, not just you center with just you, but also center with just adding somebody. How can my why be a thing where I could not just impact yourself, but also impact the people around you, and it will keep you going even after you have accomplished whatever you set out to be. So I thought that was good.
Yeah, love it. And by the way, Alex was on fire. You know how many people he was networking with and talking to? That's the whole purpose of going out there, is the network. I mean, people were gravitating to him, and he was just socializing. He was having a good role.
Yeah,
So
it was
Gary,
good.
what was your biggest takeaways or big ahas you picked up from MegaCamp?
Well, I don't know if I was talking to my coach this morning. I don't know if I pick up anything new special. I go to these events, number one, to learn. There's always something. I love, number one, the ability to be around so many great people. one of the things that always inspire me is that when I go there, if you mastermind with some people, you see some regular people, guys or girls, that are just doing crazy amount of deals that, wow. And I just feel like each time I rub shoulders with them, it makes me to think a little bit bigger. You know, sometimes you can get comfortable within yourself that you're doing whatever you're doing, and then you go to a place like that, and you just meet people doing extraordinary type of business, right? Um, that's my biggest thing when I go there. Beyond that, as far as content and stuff, I was in the CEO Summit, which is before MegaCamp. I guess in Bold, we always talk about if you go by a water, and you go by the water the next time, either the wave of the water has changed or you have changed where you are, right? The thing that I relate to, there was a speaker that talked about longevity. This guy did like a whole research on centurion people that have lived 100 years and how healthy they live, because they have a lot of love around them, a lot of relationship around them. You know, we tend to dispose of one another when we're done with one another. But when you can keep the relationship going, it's actually healthy. It makes you to stay. The more happier you are, the more you are able to do more actually, and do it well. You know, so those are the things I pick up on. There was another couple that talk about relationship. Again, those are the things that appeal to me in my life right now. It's you know, am I living well? Am I having good relationships around me? And part of that is learning to walk in forgiveness around people. You know, we get mad. Sometimes you get mad for simple things that you don't need to get mad about. And if you let those things go, you know, Bold is going to be tomorrow. I really recommend everybody to come into Bold, because I really believe that's where growth happens. You're forced to grow within those few weeks, right? And while you're in it, you're going to learn to make some calls that you don't want to make. And those uneasy calls that you make can actually push you forward. You know, so those are my takeaways.
Some of my personal takeaways that I picked up, and I was also part of the CEO. That was my first CEO summit, and it was a very intimate, you know, conference because it was like you said, Carrie. It was prior to MegaCamp. So one of the things that Carrie did mention was that all of us as real estate professionals, we need to have a clear vision. We have to be consistent in our lead generation. You have to have a strong listing and practice skill sets. Your database that actually communicates with you consistently. Create immediate response and implementation utilizing artificial intelligence. And then the courage to act while there's still that feeling of uncomfortable, right? Because all of us have that uncomfortable. And there was a shirt that Gary had. And what did the shirt say? Fear fit?
Yeah,
Fear fit,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And this is now a individual that has climbed the ladder, has built a multi-billion-dollar company, right? And he was wearing a shirt that said "Fear fit," and he says that he also has fear. And you would think an individual at that caliber would not be able to feel anything, but he was also being very vulnerable that there is things that he's also in fear. And that was kind of a open aha for me that really just resonated with me because it gives me perspective that we're all human beings. You're going to have that feeling of fear, and it's okay. Adapt to it, absorb it, but ultimately persevere it is what I got from that conversation. So what else, Alex? What else did you get?
Another thing is that I love the atmosphere. It was really good. Just networking with the agents there, and I'm all just inspired. I went to some of the breakout. I was inspired by one young guy. Then his name is Kent. He was a solo agent and he did about 100 and 109 deal as a solo agent. I'm like, how do you make that happen? So I'm just being around that and having that type of conversation, it just kind of opened up my mind. Like there's more could be done. You could be done. And also just rubbing shoulder with, some of the top producers in the company. We met Cody, and I was not expecting for us to meet him. That was very,
Cody is the
remarkable.
VP of Maps, by the way.
So that was, very, very good. And yeah, it was just network with the other agents there.
It's funny, Alex and I went to lunch one time and it was like, how can this one guy do 130 something transactions? I say, you have no idea. Now, again, sometimes they got no choice because each transaction maybe, I don't know, a $5,000 or $8,000 commission, right? However, it's not, and I love what you said, that it's not the money, it's the fact that he's in that many transactions. How is he able to live? So let me just, there was an agent at Megacam that talked about dealing 135 buyers every year, right? And the guy really explained a breakdown of how it's a skill level that's involved, right? And in making people grow to the conversations you have around them. Setting them up like, listen, we are going to look at 3 to 5 properties and we're going to find one that's going to be good for you. Just the conversations you have around people, people adapt to it. If your atmosphere is open to everything, you're gonna get that. You get what you set up. If you set up like you're gonna show as many properties as possible, well, as many properties as possible for one, maybe 20 properties, it may be 40 properties. So that means that one buyer, you're dealing with it for 2 months, whatever. But these guys know that when I go, I'm setting up one day, I'm getting that buyer in escrow. The next day, I'm getting this other buyer in escrow, and letting them know how you take through. So there's systems around people that do those kind of business. When sometimes and the thing is to be around them. Because if you are around them, you will grow to that conversation and you start doing things like that. If you just hang around people that feel like 4 or 5 deals a year is good, you're gonna get that. It's a lazy mentality. And I think that's a lot for Californians because we can do $1 million deal or $2 million deal like that, right? So it's subscribing to that. Okay, let me shut up.
No. I mean, it definitely resonates, because the importance, we can make excuses or we can take action. And here's what Gary said about fear. Please listen to this because this was powerful. Fear isn't always a stop sign. Sometimes it is evidence that you finally are operating outside your comfort zone. The goal is not to become fearless. It's to become fit enough to act with fear is present. Love that. Love that. So in essence, going back to what Gary was saying, not Gary Keller, but Gary Nix, we can make excuses, right? Well, it's too hot outside. I'm not going to go out there and door knock. Or it's raining outside. I don't want to get wet, right? So we can use all avenues of excuses why we don't do the necessary activities that will allow us an opportunity to live a very comfortable lifestyle. Okay. And that's the whole reason behind plugging in, getting energized, filling your mind, but also your soul as well when you go to these big events, because all you're doing is talking to high-minded people that are doing over $100 million in sales, right? And they talk to some of the top agents in the country.
It says
right?
mega agent, not small agents.
Yeah. So it makes you really motivated. It's like we're working at a very low tier when we should be at a high tier, right? And yes, like Gary was saying, a lot of these areas and parts of the US, price points are a lot cheaper, 100,000, 200,000. you can buy a home, right? So we have to do more units to generate enough revenue, like an agent here in California, right? There's 5 deals here, you can do over 6 figures, you know? Whereas in other parts of the country, it may take 20, 30 deals to do the same type of compensation, right? So what else? What else did you pick up?
Even just going on that, like in my mind, I was thinking, I was asking Gary, why, if we have that mindset of just doing that many deals out here, and it's the same transaction, the transaction just is still the same steps. Why can't we just have, that production level out here? So that just kind of blew my mind. Another thing that I picked up there, I would say, it's just the environment, the atmosphere, the weather. I would say that it was a little bit, maybe I'm just used to California lifestyle, and it's just very hot. It's very hot, like, just the temperature is a little bit more not as it is. It's just kind of humid. You just walk one step and you're sweating. It just, yeah. So that's another thing. Yeah. So we'll see.
So let me just say this. If Family Union is going to come up in February, and it's going to be in Houston, Houston, Texas too. February is actually very good at Houston. Okay. It's a great place. The temperature is perfect. All right. So, but what I want you guys to see to go into these events is getting out of your space to see what others are doing. And I don't know of a better company. They teach us to be the first 2 days, they'll talk a lot about social media, AI. They teach you a lot of skills that you need to learn. And at the same time, they teach you to be good people. I went to the Culture Summit. Where's Eric? I kind of chewed on him when I got here. He's an ambassador. Culture Summit is where, individual agents that do great things for their community, their offices and stuff like that. And one guy he rode his bike from freaking one part of the country to the other part of the country to raise money to help people in his neighborhood. You meet people like that in there, and that's why I love to rub shoulders with, because whatever you think you've done good, you see KW agents doing really, really awesome things. And to me, it's allows you to grow. Just like, the one guy talk about, how you can be healthy. That's all part of growing. And in part of the speaking series is geared towards that, for us to be better people. And I feel like if you are more whole, it's more than real estate. Real estate is an avenue where you can make money. But what can you do with that money? That really matters a lot. It really matters a lot. And this is a place where you just go there and you just see people like, whoa, okay. One guy, he left his office, pick up somebody literally on the street, brought this guy to their office to start working, helping the office and stuff, turn this guy from homeless to becoming a productive person. That's the kind of people we rub shoulders with. And these companies create a culture for us to be like that. And until you see other people doing it, you may do a little good thing here and you think it's all, you're the best person, but you're going to find a better person of yourself when you go to these places. And that was much daring to me. Like, how can I grow to be better? Yeah. And that, by the way, if you feel better like that, you're going to go work because you want to do something good with what you're working with, right? You're going to be motivated to work more, to do something better with it. And we are in that place where people are doing it every day. I mean, literally every day. And, you got to be exposed to it. So Family Union comes, I recommend if you can make it, make it there, just experience it. Kind of like, when he did, like, oh my God. That's why it was so, I watched him, he was really excited to be among all these people. Like, oh my God, look, Gary, I talked to this person. This is what, yeah, I see that every time. That's why I don't want to miss it, So if you all can just, let's do better business, right? Let's have good relationship with one another. We don't need to keep malice with one another. We don't need to keep hatred. That's why I can look beyond even the offices, because what our corporation set up for us. And again, the family reunion, if you go to family reunion, please stay for inspiration breakfast, because that's where you actually see stories of these people on stage. We work in a great company, y'all. We really do. So let's have fun. Let's go make some money. Okay. The skill is there for us, whatever you want to tap into. Now, I'm going to tell you, of all the people on stage, these people that's making money a lot, it's really relationship based. It's relationship based. At the end of the day, you got to talk to people, and people talk to you. You can't be in real estate and not want to talk to people. It's, so even if you do whatever marketing you do, at the end of the day, you're going to connect with individuals, and you got to talk to them, have good relationship with them, and they'll do business with you. So let's be mindful of that.
Yeah.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Gary, next.
I want to say one more thing. I want to thank you to Pacific Coast Escrow, for making it happen for me. So that was really good.
You have the match. All right, good information, great pickup. I also wanted to share with you the 4 questions that I got. Who are you? Where are you going? What's stopping you? And what is your path moving forward? So just something to resonate and think about. All right, let's continue. Next slide, please. Listing pitches, buyers, needs, and wants. Does anyone have? Let's continue. Yes, Jim.
I still have that 2033 Sawana Drive in Rancho Palos Verdes.
Okay.
A fully redone house, 180-degree harbor view. It's got an attached illegal patio, $1,199,000.
Awesome.
Open every Saturday and Sunday.
Perfect.
I have people saying they're gonna make offers, but they're all being represented by other realtors, but I haven't received any offers yet.
Got it. Cool. Awesome. Thanks, Jim. All right,
Also,
let's
let's
continue.
30 days, I will have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath for lease in Mariners Park. I don't have a price on it yet, but it's completely redone, all brand new. So if
Cool.
anybody looking for a 1-bedroom, probably the next 30 days.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. All right, let's continue. Next slide, please. Michelle Brown has a listing in the city of Los Angeles for 1.550. It's a 4-unit apartment complex. So if you have any questions, please reach out to Michelle and her team. Next slide. Camilla has a listing in the city of Wilmington for 639. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,058 square feet. Next slide. Lamar has a listing in the city of La Palma for 1.350, a 4-bedroom, 1.5-bath, 2127 square feet. Next slide. Katrina, I thought I saw Katrina. Hey, what's up, Katrina? You want to pitch your listing real quick? That's the one in Long Beach on Cherry. Yeah. Awesome. If you're looking for a condo for your clients, there's a great one. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, 499,000. Next slide. The Hoppin Murphy team has a listing in the city of Gardena for 849. It's a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 1,472 square feet. Next slide. Bryce has a listing in Hawthorne. It's a 3-unit apartment complex, 849. It's a 1,593 square feet. Next slide. Algena has a vacant land in Victorville. You want to pitch that? Yeah, okay. It's currently listed for $75,000. It's about a quarter acre, 18,500. If you have any parties interested in Victorville. Next slide. All right, let's bring Chris Rivera.
Before Chris comes, let me just share some listings coming up if you guys have a buyer. First of all, there's a mobile park at the Rancho Dominguez Hills Compton area. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It has a 2-car garage. It's gonna be going for $399. If anybody has someone. I just got another one in Compton, a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, about 1,100 square foot, huge lot, actually, almost 7,000 lot. For $650, we'll probably take less than that, you know. Got a good offer on it. And also we have a townhouse in Carson at the Dominguez Hills, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's got a view of the city, so that's gonna be about $664. And if you get someone that's going to the valley, I have something in Chatsworth too. 3-bedroom, 3-bath.
Awesome.
So,
Thanks, Gary.
Introduction on my lot in San Pedro on 675 Sepulveda Street. It's 4 units and 2 ADUs. All plans are done. It's vacant lot being sold with plans. Asking $725. Just done $725.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, Chris, take it away, my friend.
Okay.
How you doing?
You guys done? I joke. Anyway, I just wanted to come up here and tell you about the market. Really hasn't done anything. It's gone up a little, it's come down a little bit, but pretty much rates are the same. Mid-6s, depending on FICO score, loan program, loan to value. But rates are still there. We're seeing things still get into escrow. We're still closing transactions. So rates are pretty much stable. We don't see that changing too much in the next few weeks. I think we really need this conflict to end so that we can get an ease on oil, and which will kind of alleviate inflation, and hopefully rates will start to come down after that. But we're probably not going to see that until later this year. So they are what they are. Yes.
Big shout out to Chris Rivera for closing a very difficult deal for me. First time buyer. Had a lot of problems, but somehow this magician put it together. So if anybody's wants to know referrals, call Chris. He'll take care of you. My buyer was very difficult, so if he can get through that, he can get through anything. So it's very much closed today, by the way.
Yes. Thanks, Jim. Checks in the mail. All right, Natalie, go ahead and go to the next slide. So, I don't come up here often enough and tell you what I can do, right? I just come up here and tell you where rates are and that sort of thing. But I'm different than most lenders that you talk to. Now, I've had a 30-year plus career, and I've gone from big banks to mortgage companies. Now I'm a broker, and I'm no longer just crawling as a broker. I'm actually walking and jogging. I get it now. I've got a lot of contacts out there. There's a lot of lenders that do a lot of different programs that aren't just fitting into the box. I mean, we can talk about vanilla loans, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac type of products. That's easy. 5% down, conventional loans. Sure, everyone's got that, right? That's a rate game. But there's so much more that's out there for your clients that you guys got to think outside of the box. Kind of what Gary was talking about earlier, what he learned in Mega Camp is you've got to broaden your kind of peripheral vision of what a buyer looks like, right? It's not just in that box, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, FHA type loans. We do all that. We do the conventional loans, the FHA loans, but I don't think you really realize as a broker how much more loans we can do for you. Bank statements, P&L loans, doctor loans, the DSCR type loans, renovation loans. We do commercial loans. We'll do mixed usage. You need hard money, we've got it. So I just wanted to come up here and let you guys know, I'm not just a one-trick pony. I can do all types of loans for you, right? And I'm going to think outside of the box when I'm talking to your clients, because really there's so many different types for self-employed borrowers. It doesn't have to be a bank statement, maybe a P&L, one-year tax return. It just depends on what they look like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, when you send your clients, thank you first. I appreciate that. But they're going to be taken care of. We're going to look at everything we can for them and give them different options.
That was a bucking Bronco.
Yeah, his was a bucking Bronco, but we got it down. So you can tell we do all these loans. Again, give me a call, give me a chance. I'd love to work with you guys. I work with a lot of people in this office now. Doors always open. Even if you have a question, just come on in. That's fine. Advice is free. If you have a scenario that you're dealing with your buyer, hit me up. I'll give you some information on the backside. Even if I'm out doing a loan, that's okay. I get it. It's a team, right? Maybe the next time. So anyway, that's my pitch for today. And then I want to leave with this, Natalie, next slide. So Nina and I came together last month, and we decided to have another first-time home buyer seminar here in the office. So the next one is scheduled for September 9th. It's a Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Actually, I think that's wrong. It's the 19th, not the 9th. It is the 19th. We'll have that fixed. But I have flyers for you guys that you can brand yourself. It's already there. Just send me your information and we'll put it on the flyer so you can get it out to your sphere. And in fact, I'm going to be doing a training for the productivity team or coaching members after this meeting. So it's designed for down payment assistance programs. That's what I'm going to talk about at that training. If you guys want to sharpen your skills with that, go ahead and stay. I think it starts about 1:15. Love to have you there too, just so we can go over it and you guys can get kind of the basis of what that is so you can pitch it to your clients. But we are going to have it again on the 19th. It's going to be here in the office. Last one we did was for the Dream for All, and I think we had about 70 plus people here. Hopefully we'll get the same turnout. So anyway, love to see you guys at 1:15. Oh, question. Go ahead.
Is it the 19th, the same day?
It's the 19th.
Of the beach day, so it's gonna be yeah. So either I come to you or I go to the beach. Yeah, there is another.
Oh, Nina.
It's true. Yeah.
So, we can adjust it. We'll figure something out.
Okay, figure it out. Okay, so something's going to be changed. Not sure if it's going to be this one or that one. It's for the office at the beach?
It's the South Bay Association of Realtors.
Oh, okay. Well, ours is more important. You can do both. This is our at 10:30, then you go to the beach, right? For your clients in here. All right. So any other questions, guys?
Awesome.
All right. We'll see you at 1:15.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. All right. Upcoming events. We have our weekly contract classes every Friday, 10:30. We're going to be talking about real files, real mistakes, broker hot sheets. So really just an understanding of some of the things that I see personally. So far, I've been seeing a lot of engagement on Zoom and in person as well. So love to have you here every Friday, 10:30. I can definitely do so. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot. I'm a very calm person, but there's times that I have to elevate because the other party sometimes just doesn't seem to understand. And then we kind of bump heads, and it's very far and few that it happens. But when it happens, it's like, wow, that's kind of a sighting there. Simon never raises his voice. We should do like a drama series, broker. Yeah, exactly. All right. So Fred is also having a class on for sale by owners expires. Where's Fred? I thought I saw him. Fred, Mr. Howard, come up here.
Okay, listen, we're having another class this Tuesday. It is going to be with the national trainer for Landvoice. Anybody heard of Landvoice?
Yes.
Landvoice, they have dispos, expires, pre-foreclosure data, and neighborhood search, where they give you the phone numbers that are scrubbed with a do not call list, and you can choose whatever area you want. So the national trainer will be with me on Tuesday at 12 p.m. You'll be able to have it in the class if you want to do here. I'm going to be in my studio, but we're going to also have it on here via Zoom. So if you want to sign up, go ahead and get the QR code. We'll email it to you too, so you can join in and get your leads. Remember, what is your business without leads? So
that's right.
All right.
Awesome. Thanks, Fred. All right, let's continue. Next slide. Also, this is an open invitation to all of you. It's September 10th from 9 a.m. to 12. Breakfast will be served at the Blue Water Grill, Redondo Beach. There is a fee of $50. It was originally open only to top agents, but now they've flexed it a little bit and allow anyone to participate. So if you're interested to see and hear some of the top agents talking about learning more on what's working for them, then I would encourage you to register for it. You can go into the QR code, register, pay the fee, and be part of it. Leadership will be there as well. It's part of the region. I know it also interferes with Bold, but this event is only just several hours, and then we should be done. So we're going to go, come right back, and then continue with Bold. So again, if you're interested, please make sure to register for the event. All right, let's continue. Next slide. Also, if you're interested, we have a KW Commercial Summit. That's November 4th from 9 a.m. to 12. Lunch will be provided. It's $149. It's at the Marriott Hotel in Burbank. So if you're interested, please register for this event. And the big one, Friday, September 11th, it's just around the corner. If you look right behind us, we still have the championship trophy from last year. So we want to continue in winning the champion for 2026. So we already have our players in place. They're already practicing, but what we need is the audience and the cheerleaders to support, the event. So this is amongst all of the other real estate brokerages. I know Nextdoor Estate Properties is working really hard to take that title from us. So we're not going to allow that to happen because we're going to win the championship again. So we'd love to have you. Yes, yes. So Friday, September 11th is the tournament. It's going to be up at the Hill. And yeah, love to have you there. And then we're also, friendly reminder, September 26th, we have our recycling drive-through here at the South Bay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. So I would encourage you to get these flyers, pass them out, and this is a way to touch people and allow them to come and bring the recycled stuff that they no longer want. We have a company here, and thank you to Nina for helping and spearheading it as well. And we also have our California Association of Realtors Reimagine Conference and Expo. If you're a member of the association, then there is no cost for this event. And the cool thing is going to be here in Long Beach, right at the convention center. So it's just in our backyard. So if you're interested, here's the QR code that you can register for the event. And that concludes our team meeting. Thanks, everyone.